Hi everyone, welcome to Traveling Misknits. My name is Pia and I am so very happy that you're joining me here today for a little chat about my yarn adventures. I am coming to you from the northern part of Italy, the Como region, where it is, the weather is still kind of crappy, which is perfectly okay because it means that I get to wear my perfect little cardigan that I finished last week. And if you go back to last week's episode, I do talk about it at length. So I just wanted to mention today that this is what I'm wearing. I am still debating whether or not to add buttons to this one. And while this debate is going on, I have just closed it up here with a simple stitch marker. Let me see if, there you go. So maybe you will see me 6 months from now still with the stitch marker. Maybe I will add buttons, maybe not. I do not have any finished objects this week. I have a couple of things that I should have finished. What immediately comes to mind is my Better World dress. I think I still have maybe 4, 5 rounds to go. I have started working on the final border for this dress. It's gonna fit me perfectly. It's beautiful. I wanna wear it. So earlier this week, I just hunkered down, decided to finish the thing. And I crocheted for a full day. I mean, one round takes me more than an hour. I am not a fast crocheter. But I was crocheting away the entire day, which of course meant that next morning my elbow was giving up. And that's not strange, that's just stupid. I knew this. I've been there before. I just somehow thought it wouldn't apply now because I really wanted to finish. I gave it a couple of days of rest and then I picked it up again. And I am going much slower this time. I just want to show you, you work the entire dress in all these beautiful, intricate patterns. Then you have a section of this very simple chain 4 single crochet, just going around, and you continue that for as long as you want, depending on how long you want the dress. And then you finish it off with another intricate pattern section for the border. And I really don't have much to do, but I am, as I said, taking it very slow. I don't want to hurt myself again. So slow but steady wins the race. I really hope to finish it soon because it's going to be so beautiful. It is the Better World dress. It's a free pattern available on Ravelry. The designer of this dress asks that rather than paying her, we pay it forward. We donate to her favorite charity and we brag about it. And I have bragged at a number of occasions about donating to our local animal shelter, a beautiful place where we actually have gotten some dogs over the years. So I was happy to do that. I think it's a wonderful idea and it is definitely beautiful dress and very well written pattern. You both get written instructions and a chart. And the way I have been using the instructions is I will use the written instructions to start my round and also to finish it. But then as I'm working the repeat, I will use the chart. Generally, I prefer charts to written instructions. These walls of text just, it makes it difficult for me to just sit and work as I look at it. So I really prefer the charts, but with crochet, I always find it tricky how to begin and end the rounds. I'm not so experienced and I will typically mess up if I don't follow the written instructions in those situations. But yeah, very soon to be finished, Better World dress, and I cannot wait. I have already found the dress that I'm gonna wear under it, a navy blue slip dress, very simple. I think that the fact that it's navy blue will make the pattern stand out a little more than if it was black, but without giving this stark contrast that I don't want with this dress. So very excited to be working along ever so slowly. But yeah, I am gonna finish it soon. Who knows? Summer might just come rolling around before we know it. Another thing I should have finished is, of course, the partner for my sock. I showed you this sock before. I also showed you that I cast on for sock number 2. I planned to bring that as we were going to Denmark last week and just for a short visit. So I decided, I'm going to cast on sock number 2 and then I'll be able to work on that for the trip. It's nice to have something small, portable, simple, all that. But it's almost at the point where I need to start working the heel. And I can easily knit in the car, but I cannot knit and look at what I'm doing. Then I tend to get car sick. So I didn't get much work done on this sock. What I did instead was, of course, cast on another sock, because now my eyes had opened to this world of opportunities that sock knitting is. So I decided to cast on another sock, keep it in my beautiful little project bag from my friend Bitten. Thank you, Bitten, again. I cast on in some reddish orange sock yarn. This is from Hobby, and I love the color. I think it's an okay representation. It's the kind of orange where you're like, is it orange or is it red? Well, I decided that this is orange because I love orange. So I cast on the sock. I was able to do the heel on the plane, so I could knit the leg in the car and then the heel, and then I had the foot to work on as we were going around when we were in Denmark. And I am almost ready to start making the toe, which means that I now have 2 sock projects that needs my attention before they again become this wonderfully mindless knit that I can just zoom around on. So this is definitely on my to-do list this week, is getting those 2 socks ready. Well, finish this one, cast on number 2, and for the green pair, knit the heel so that I have the foot to work on. Also, this pair, like the green pair, I worked some stripes on the foot. I'm gonna do the same thing on this one. I added a pink. This is a drop sock yarn, is it called Fable? I think it is. So I just had a little bit of pink and I decided to add that together with the orange. There you go. The camera really doesn't know what to do with all of these colors today. It's used to just the grays and the neutrals. But yeah, I am really enjoying myself. Who would have thought? But I am, and I'm also looking forward to having some colorful socks come fall. So I'll have a little pop of color to go with all of my neutrals. The majority of my knitting time this week has went into one project, a thing that I pulled out of hibernation, or I don't know if you can call it hibernation. It's been resting for a couple of weeks. It hasn't been on the naughty step or anything. It was just resting because I needed to prepare the Trimezzo tank for publishing. And thank you, by the way, for welcoming that pattern. Thank you so much. I'm so happy that you also enjoy the top, and yeah, thanks. But what I have been working on is this big blob of a project. And let me just see if I can. This is another of those 20 infamous patterns. This is my Vesetto Wrap. It is a kimono style cardigan. I'm going to show you because I do have it here, worked in a merino silk. So it's a very loose fitting, quite elegant cardigan. Let me just put it on for you. Hang on. So here she is, my Vesetto Wrap. I knit this one last summer, or actually I think it was last spring. Maybe I finished in May or something like that. It's been folded up. I'm sorry. But yeah, it is a very easy to wear, simple cardigan, lots of positive ease. And it is knit with inspiration from the Japanese kimonos, the Buddhist robes that I have been wearing for so many years. It is, well, as you can see, it's the same very simple front, the wide, relatively short sleeves, and then it is a two-dimensional knit, a two-dimensional garment. Typically, when we knit a garment, a sweater, we will cast on some stitches for the underarm, just to give it a little, to make space for the fact that the body is not two-dimensional. But for this one, I haven't done that. Well, I did cast on stitches for the underarm, but they are not picked up again. You actually attach the first part of the sleeve to those stitches. Let me just see if I can get it to focus. Perhaps you can see that the first part of the sleeve is knit flat, and the edges of that part is then seamed to the stitches that you cast on for the underarm, keeping it a two-dimensional pattern. You can also see there's a textured stitch all over the cardigan. It's very, very easy to work, but it does give it a kind of a waffly texture, makes the fabric carry itself in a beautiful way. I like to wear this cardigan, well, like today, with shorts and a t-shirt or with jeans, but also over a nice dress going out in the evening, just to have that little extra, both for warmth and for, I hesitate to say elegance, but I think it is quite an elegant piece, if I do say so myself. I'm gonna show you the neckline. Hang on a second. So you knit this one top down. You start by knitting this narrow strip of ribbing. It is only 7 stitches of ribbing that you work here. And let me see again. There you go. So you work these 7 stitches of ribbing here, and then you pick up stitches along the back side for the back of the cardigan. You continue the stitches all the way down through the sleeve and down into the ribbing for the sleeve. Then in my first tries for this cardigan, I also picked up stitches for the front, but it was super fiddly to work. So what I decided to do instead is just cast on these stitches for the front panel and then seam them after the fact. So if I hold it like this, then what is going on here is that these front panels are seamed to the start of up ribbing. And yeah, there is no neck shaping. There is just the fact that the fronts are worked separately is where you stick your head through. It is very, very easy to work and kind of a relaxing knit because the stitch pattern is kind of meditative and it's very, very easy. Yeah, I am really enjoying myself. This version is knit in a merino silk from Danish hand dyer Knitter's World. It's in the colorway My Way. My Way is her shaded light gray colorway. It's beautiful. The one that I am currently working on is in a commercially dyed yarn. It is the BioBalance yarn, and I don't have a label for it. All the labels are back in Denmark, but here's the yarn. It is a cotton merino blend with just a little more merino than cotton. Usually I'm not a huge fan of these cotton merino blends. I often feel like I get the worst of both yarns, so that I get the warmth from the wool, which is typically not what you want when you go for a blend. And I also get the cotton is just difficult to work with. It has no bounce, it doesn't help you. It shows every tension mistake that you make. But this one, and it is probably at least partly because it has more merino than cotton, probably also because it's untreated. It's not superwash treated, so it has just a little bit of tooth to it. It is wonderful to work with. It is such an easy yarn to work with. It is light, it is so pleasurable, and of course super, super, super soft. So I am really loving this yarn. This pattern is gonna come out on July 1st, my Vesetto Wrap, and then I'm gonna take a break from publishing all of these patterns. I need a summer vacation, the summer vacation that I didn't really get last year because I was working on these 20 patterns. So this year I'm gonna slow my roll. I'm gonna publish this, as I said, July 1st, and then I'm just gonna have a long, slow summer working on whatever I wanna work on. That's probably gonna be all sorts of little things like small scarves or socks or tiny accessories. I could also see myself working on my blankets. especially the ones that are like modular knits, would be absolutely wonderful to enjoy myself with during the summer. We do have a lot of people coming to visit this summer, which is, I feel blessed. I feel blessed to have all these people in my life and to be able to welcome them into my home. We have spent some days now preparing for the first guests to arrive. We've been cleaning the guest rooms, the bathrooms, and usually cleaning bathrooms and changing sheets, it's not something that sends me hopping with joy, but when I'm doing it to prepare for friends and family to come, it makes me so, so, so happy. So I am really looking forward to our first summer guests. They will arrive this week, and yay. I really hope that summer will start when our summer guests arrive. No more rain, please. Just let's take a break from the rain. Everything is more than wet enough, please. On the other hand, I do know that other places in Europe, people are struggling with horribly high temperatures. We don't want that either. Not easy to make me happy, but it's all gonna be good. I hope that wherever you are, if you are gearing up for summer or winter, that you are having fun, that you are enjoying yourself, and that you have something beautifully woolen or cottony to play with. I will see you again next week. Until then, happy knitting.